Hello and welcome. Adela Warner here, your holistic energy facilitator, owner of Infinity Healing Works. And in this video, I'm going to deliver to you a 2024 forecast, talking about personal themes, global themes, and a few ways to build better self-support for yourself as we go through this tumultuous year of change. What is in store for this year? Whew. This year is filled with change. I think we all know that change is the only thing we can rely on, and it's constant. Themes that have come up are one of transformation, inner strength. For me, came up with the word that's kind of resonating is justice. So if we go back to 2020, everybody was talking about the year of clarity, 2020 vision, and then the pandemic hit. And we received clarity that we can no longer project the future. There is always going to be uncertainty. And so as we come into 2024 and people are speaking of transformation, we go through transformation when we normally hit rock bottom, we're shattered into pieces, we put ourselves back together to realize we're unbreakable. So transformation on a global scale, here we are. We have two wars going on that don't seem to have a foreseeable end. We've made it to the 2024 elections. We're finally here. And let's be honest, it's a circus. It is he said, she said. We don't even really know who the political candidates are going to be. We've realized too that the media bombards us with sensationalized news. Also, we know now is there can be fake news. There are bots out there on social media feeding us information that is not real. And also in 2024, we now have the technology of AI, where anyone can be fabricated to create a video, an image that looks extremely real. So we have a lot going on. And the word of justice comes to me because I find it to be a word that energetically kind of attunes us. We can see it on a personal level and on a global level. So personally, if you think about your own justice, this is what you believe is fair. And so you can ask yourself in your relationships, is this just? And find out where you fall along the line. I find justice to also be a little bit of a energetic neutrality, sees where we're out of line with ourselves to come back into our center. Being in our center is a big one for this year as we are going to be riding these waves of transformation. And so let's unpack a little bit more about what transformation means. I know I mentioned that normally you have to break apart to put yourself back together. And that also change comes with that. And so globally, we have wars, we have the political campaign, we have a hot ocean, a sick ocean that really manages our weather systems. And as we come into the word of justice, we all have our own belief system. My beliefs may differ from yours. We see that across the globe. But when it comes to our beliefs, that's what we hold really true to our heart. And so I find that in today's world, we all want fairness. But what does fairness mean to each of us? Our system, as we're watching the haves have more and the have-nots have less. Our system is designed in a way that if you start with 1 foot back in this life, it's nearly impossible to get ahead. You can be drowning in debt, drowning in interest. It just is not set up for success. And many people are going to burn out, get upset with it. We have the political campaign coming up where we have people having very opposing views, and that could spark, again, more unrest. more challenges, more change. The intuitives have been speaking for a while about the new earth, the beginning of the end. And the way I see it is 1212, the year of 2012, is when the new earth was initiated, was sparked. So as we go through these changes that we watch each year get a little bit more intense, the new earth as well is being birthed. The consciousness is absolutely rising. People are awakening deeper into themselves. And for 2024, this opportunity is presented even more to us. Lee Harris, an intuitive, speaks of the year of the light worker. And what that resonates for me is it is a year for those that are wanting to bring good and light into the world, our nurses, our coaches, our healers, our entrepreneurs, whoever is out there bringing good to the world. This is a year where we're also going to be carried even more to our destiny. A light worker also is somebody that is always working on themselves, consciously connecting with themselves. So this is the year to connect even deeper with yourself, deeper centeredness, deeper strength, as this is the year that we need to have our center because we are going to be thrown across the board. We are going to see perhaps a revolution take place. We are going to absolutely see unrest. So, how do we navigate it? The first thing I want to offer is for us to, for you, we, all of us, to flow with the seasons. As we have the Gregorian calendar that is kind of made up, it can really throw you off. And so, following the seasons, for like I mentioned, we are in the month of January. So this is the time for rest, for renewal. There is a massive storm here in Virginia going all the way up the East Coast. I think the Midwest is getting hammered, Central America, and that's keeping us indoors. It's what we're supposed to be doing at this time. So following the seasons, connecting deeper with the earth because we are also made of the earth. When you are experiencing any sort of chaos, look outside to see what nature is doing. Our human experience is where we naturally expand and experience peace and joy. And then we also contract and purge out our emotions of whatever is arising for us at that time. Maybe fear, grief, anguish, frustration, you name it, we all go through it. The second tip I have for this year is to take care of your heart. Some intuitives are speaking of there being new improved ways in Western medicine, which I think is very, very exciting, as I feel like science is starting to show proof of our energetic body so that those that have a little difficulty accepting the truth of our existence as being energetic beings can start to see how mathematically, scientifically it is proven. So that is exciting in the health world. But for taking care of our heart, yes, physically, be drinking water, absolutely. But I want you to take care of yourself emotionally. This year is going to be filled with change. You mentioned transformation. And so we have to feel our emotions. We always have the option to numb out. You will see people in your life numb out to the whole experience, and that is their experience. And so let them be in their world. This is about you, your truth, your experience. So welcome the emotional textures to come up. Let them flow through you so they don't get stuck in you to manifest as illness, as of pain. As I mentioned, this is the year of the light worker. And so if you are being called to a higher standard for yourself, you are going to be stretched to let go even more, to fall deeper into your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, so that you feel whole, you feel centered. And so the third tip I have, my goodness, I lost track there for a moment, is to be peace. And what does that mean? So I've been sitting with the the conflicts we're experiencing in the world as we're recognizing war. And if we look through the history of man, we have always had war. And we are in an experience of polarity. So what's the opposite of war? It's peace. So in this experience, we may always have war. And we will also find peace in areas as well. But we, as eternal beings, can be peace. At this time, it is needed more than ever for us to be kind, loving, and also to be in our center. So ways to be your peace is absolutely take up a meditation practice. And I was listening to intuitives. There is one intuitive, Solara Anra, who I really appreciate. And she was sharing, channeling actually, how the goal is for us to reach a fifth dimensional consciousness. And what that is when we are experiencing peace and bliss in our meditation, and how we can cultivate that deep enough to be it in our life. We again are eternal beings. Being peace will support to anchor the light as we go through this massive transformation. Is this the beginning of the end? Who knows? I think that in this lifetime, in my lifetime, to speak my truth, there will be tremendous change. And so it is important for us now to enjoy every moment that we have, to be present and to put ourselves first, understanding our own beliefs and how we can move forward. So I hope this information serves you well. If you have any questions or insights, please do share them. I bring my hands together. I bow to you. Happy 2024. May the force be with you. You are the force. Namaste.